Don't you know that you're beautiful, just the way you are?
Hi guys, Makeover Mike here, and today's look includes secret makeup techniques that I'm going to show you to step up your makeup. So let's get started. Hello. So this is the raw canvas. This is what you get. I am an Irish boy, so I have this milky white complexion that some people think is great, but I love brown skin so much, and I've always wanted to be able to tan, but you have to be able to embrace what you've got, what the Lord gave you, and this is what the Lord gave me. This is what the universe said, here you go. Enjoy. But now I have learned to love myself and enjoy and embrace the features that were given to me. Milky white skin, which I wish was just a little tighter. I'm gonna do a face that's a quick way to look your best, and I guarantee you, you're gonna feel your best after you look your best. It's like a psychosomatic response. There's the word for the day. Now, after your skincare is complete and you're ready to do your makeup, the first thing you really should use is a primer that is simply to keep your makeup fresh and lasting all day. And that's what I'm using, the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Power Primer. All you need to do is squeeze and pull out that amount. That's more than enough for your face, trust me. And then I like to just place a little on the back of the hand. This is a nice way to do it, to be gentle on the under eye and your skin. And I just bring it across the bridge of the nose, and then this side. What's left on the hand, I literally do like this, so that I don't waste any, okay? We buy product all the time. My husband and I are always buying cosmetics, so I'm always thinking of ways to save on product. There's another video. There we go. So there's the primer. So now you're ready for a foundation. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys, there are a lot of foundations out there, and I love a lot of them. I love Giorgio Armani. I love La Prairie. I love YSL. I love NARS. There's so many good products out there. But right now we're trapped at home. COVID-19. I have a product that you can order from your nearest Mary Kay lady. Oh my God, he's selling me Mary Kay. No, I'm not actually. Just find somebody in your family. See if they can match you up on a product, because they can actually do it virtually. This formula, the Mary Kay Time-Wise Matte 3D Foundation. It's got the best range of color and pigment. It's low density. So coverage is created by the pigment, but the density of the product is very thin, so it looks more like skin. This is about how much product. I like to place the product and then blend it out. And I sweep the remaining product onto the lids and the under eye. By waiting to put the last bit of product under the eye, I'm leaving room for a little bit of concealer. But, I mean, this is pretty damn good with no concealer. Look at that, it's just amazing. The one that matches me, like to a T. I end up looking so pale, I would blend right into that backdrop. I would disappear. You would just see eyes and teeth, and we might not even see that. So I like to use one that's got a little hush of color to it for me, which is, this one's the Beige 150, which is really good for us white girls. Now, if you don't have a lot of time, you can put it on with your hands. I know I said it. Shut up, it's fine. Calm down, but a brush is best. You see that in here I have some troughing, is what they call it, where the volume under my eye is depleting, and that's just part of age, y'all. It's gonna happen. But one of the things, oops, someone's messaging me. Joe Biden, I'll give you money next week. Tarte Double Duty Beauty, right here, okay? Then I'm gonna give myself a little bit on the bridge of the nose, okay? Right here, okay? Here. In here. And then I might do a little bit right here and here and blend that out. And then just a little bit in the nasal labial fold. Just a little bit, just a touch. And I'm really highlighting the center of the face, which is gonna make my face look more streamlined and thin and bone structure. We're gonna do this beauty blender, and we're gonna go just like this, and just you're bouncing it. And you go up under your eye, and then you close your eye, and you just get in there. You just get in there, girl. Blend it out. Ooh. And then that nasal labial fold right in there. This is your nasal labial fold. Yeah. Blend this out here. I'm drawing the attention to these center and key features of the face, and in doing so, I'm making my face just look more pronounced. The corner pockets underneath the mouth here, it helps to provide a little lift to the corners. And then I like to highlight the center of the chin. This is the Lancome Tanti Doll. It's a foundation stick, and I like it in the shade 510. I use it to contour just the tip of the nose. If you look at the nose, there's this bulbous area here, and then it drops in to the bridge right here. So I don't have a problem with volume here and here. The volume is here and here that I want to pinch. I'm going to take a detailed dual fiber brush, and I'm going to take this, and because it's a cream to powder finish, it's really easy to blend. Kind of touch on these areas right here on the bulb of the nose, right? Just around the tip, and then you sweep it up. Look how easy it blends. You don't need a lot of this product. So the tip of the nose is diminished, which is all I wanted, right? I didn't bring that contour up the sides here, didn't need to. So next I like to contour a little bit around the periphery of the face, the contours of the cheekbones, up in here, shrink this forehead down just a little bit, give me a little bit better of a jawline. I'm gonna pick up the product onto this angled blush brush, which, as you can see, there you go, right? And I'm just gonna bounce it in, and then I like to try and blend the product out, right? But I'm creating a vignette on the face, and it's warming the face a little bit because, again, I'm really fair, and I'm not only trying to contour, but I'm trying to bring in a little bit of color, which is not a sin. I'm going to use a powder that's gonna drape over this, and it's gonna be like a veil, a second skin. And then you can, when you do like this, it blends between the two areas of color. The shadows should always drop in from behind the ear and come forward through here to accentuate the jawline. And then you just drape it down the neck. Nothing in the center, nothing here. I like to look famished. So I'm gonna take this foundation powder that I love by Too Faced, Born This Way, in the shade of Porcelain, because she is the porcelain girl. And I'm going to take a large brush like this. I'm gonna load the brush, I'm gonna go over this work. Look at that. So what's happening now is that this powder is muting the warmth of that contour. It's just stepping it back a notch, helping it to blend even better. And again, working from the back corners of the face, across here, and just with what's left on the brush, finish out under the eye. Oh, I get so excited. Okay, so now I'm gonna do my brows. I'm gonna use a combination of two pencils that are both from the same brand, Benefit. She's gorgeous and I love her so. These pencils are fabulous, and I'm gonna use the shades 2.5 and 3.5, which is neutral blonde and neutral medium brown. I'm going to ombre from the front of the brow, getting a little deeper through here in the tail, okay? Neutral blonde in the front, in between the hair, okay? We're not reinventing the wheel here. I'm following the path of my own natural brow, and I'm going to punctuate the arch, filling into the middle just a little bit, and dropping that out towards the front. And it's okay if you get a little heavy-handed as you shape the arch, because you can come back in and you can brush through and eliminate some of that excess. It creates a pretty sickening brow. Okay, so all I need to do now is some eyeshadow and a simple lip and some blush, a little glow, and she's ready to go. Perfectionist is a really pretty color, and I'm gonna just pull into the crease here, and I'm gonna come right up into the inner corner, connecting with the front of the eyebrow. And I'm just doing a back and forth windshield wiper, right? Sweep, sweep, sweep. See how that just makes the blue just like blue? So that's really pretty. I wanna do just a little bit more. I'm just gonna build it, bring it from the crease, always starting in the crease, and then sweep up, 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 blend it into that highlight a little bit. Warm that up a little bit. Nice, I like that. So then we're gonna just do a little bit more. Very nice. It's all about blending. Gorge. M506, okay? and it's a detailed blending brush. Okay, so Grateful is a coral tone that's a little deeper. And you just come right up onto the outside edge of the lid here and looking down into a mirror, which gives you access to see your lids a little bit better. You sweep in from the outer corner and then you stipple and place it. So pretty. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. There we go. So the outer edges of my lids are just a little bit of a deeper tone. Then I'm going to use some of this Ride or Diamonds on the inside corner. That's really gorgeous, I love that. So then I'm gonna come right in here and do the same thing again. Okay, so this look is actually beautiful and could be finished out with mascara, maybe a lash, a little bit of liner, and you'd be fine. But in order to show you how you can take this to a deeper level, framing in the eye just a little bit more, and take it just to more of an evening look, I really just want to go in with a deeper brown. So the Cosette shadows, which I have a little quad right here. Well, it's a little bit more than a quad, but I keep these in here. And this shadow right here is the one that I like to use to punctuate the corners of the eye and give it a little bit deeper framing. This is how you can instantly take the eye a little bit more dramatic with just a simple touch like this. Just a little bit of brown under the lid on the outer corner. And then from above, same thing, just the outer corner. And this brush is really good for just placing, just like the one we used for the brow bone. This one's just a little smaller, and you can just place it on the edge of the lid. Isn't that beautiful? So let me just do that to the other eye. So the outer corners of the eyes are framed, and I can now move on with liner and a lash. All right, so for the liner, I'm gonna use this pencil by Esquito. It's like mosquito, but Esquito. It's a rich black liner, and I'm going to actually line the inner corner from the waterline below. So you have to lift up a little bit to get in there, okay? And then waterline across here, and then I'm gonna build up onto the lid through here, because if you've noticed, my eyes tilt down, and so by coming into the waterline in the inner corner on top, and then raising up onto the lid here, out to here, I'll help to lift the corners of my eyes. And you'll see that right now. And then I'm gonna lift up and get the outer waterline. And it makes such a difference. It makes the lashes look more full and dense, and it gives you the framing, the line that you want without it being all up on your lid and being messy. And especially if you have some hooding going on with your eyelids, this is a great technique to have liner without the look of liner and without it transferring and getting messy. And you can see the huge difference between the two eyes. So there you go. Now I'm just gonna do the other eye real quick. So this is basically the same thing as when they tell you to take your mascara deep into the root of your lash. But even when you do that, you don't quite get the level of intensity or the thickness and fullness of lash without actually using a pencil like this on the waterline. All right, when it comes to putting on your lashes, and you wanna do a strip lash, you have to invest in this glue. It is so good. The Duo, and you dress right along the root of your lash bed, a little bit on the lid, okay? And it has sort of a iridescent purpley color. Do one lash at a time. It feels a little bit of cool, you'll feel a coolness. Let it sit there. That purplish tone is gonna start to go clear. Now I'm gonna peel away my lash, which I'm gonna use here, okay? I want the lash to stop right about here so that it doesn't go to the outer edge of my lid, because my lid's drag down on the outside, so I really wanna pick my eye up on the outer corner. So what I do is I take off just a couple little hairs on the outside edge to make this lash the perfect length so that it stops right where I want it to. Now, this glue is just about clear, and all I have to do is hold the lash upwards like this, okay, just like that. Look down into your mirror and then anchor the inside corner. It literally grabbed on. And then all I'm doing is pulling, now it's connected, and I pull around and connect to the outer edge where I want it to be. So now that we've done that one, we're gonna do the other eye. Absolutely perfect. I'm going to take the 77 Gel Liner by Inglot. I'm going to take this detail brush by Suva. I'm going to look down into the mirror. I'm going to dress the line where the band is for the false lash. And what that's going to do, see, and I'm coming up onto the outer edge of the lid, which is raising this outer edge of the lid. And then I am crash landing down into the root of the lash. By the time I get to the center, the line stops somewhere right in here towards the inside of the iris of the eye. That way the outer edge is really lifted dramatically without a lot of dramatic makeup, without having done a lot. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Gorge. I love it. Okay, now we're ready for a lip, and I have a thinner lip, so I want to make my lips look a little bit larger. So I'm going to show you a trick on how I do that with a couple of pencils by Morphe, and then I'm going to use my, oh, I love this palette. This is the Viseart lip palette, and you'll notice that my lips are cattywampus. I mean, I got one side that raises up a little bit more right here, and then this side slopes down. So we gotta balance that, right? And so we're gonna start out in the center of the lip. Okay, I'm gonna move in so you guys can see a little bit. So in the center of my Cupid's bow, I place a V to give myself a reference point, okay? Then what I'm going to do is come into the corners. So with a lip brush, I can make subtle adjustments with the material that's already laid in instead of adding more pencil. This is a three-dimensional lip we're building. We have set in the initial frame and balanced the lip. Now we're going to push the corners a little bit with a darker pencil called Richie by Morphe, okay? And you can see she's pretty dark. I'm gonna come into the corners of the mouth. Okay, you can see the corners have been pushed back. Then I'm going to take my brush, my lip brush again, and just pull that in to the liner, into the Coffee and Kissy. I'm pulling Richie in and blending it into Coffee and Kissy. So from my palette, I'm going to use a little blend of these two girls right here. Now I'm going to push that three-dimensionality even further by using a trick that I've used for years. So I like to use Clown White Light. So Clown White is really thick, but this formula is a little creamier, kind of like a lipstick. I get a little bit of that white loaded up onto the brush, right here in the center, and right here. It lightens the shade of the center of the lip, so I'm still in the same family of color. I've just added white, just like you would with paint, and it's given me these beautiful highlights, and it's really pushed the three-dimensionality of the lip. So Enchanting by Morphe, it's a little bit more of a creamy gloss, and I'm just gonna put it in the center where the highlight is. Okay, pushing it up onto the vermilion border of the lip, okay? Then I'm gonna use MAC Lip Glass. So the last thing I'm going to do, which is actually going to help all of this and pull it all together, is a little blush and a little glow. I love this blush that is by Benefit, and it's called California. Look at it, it's so adorable. You guessed it, it's a beautiful coral that I'm gonna pop into the apple of the cheek, okay? So I'm just going to take a little bit on this brush right here, right? And just put it through right here. Girls that are afraid of blush, why? It's so pretty. And then the last thing to finish out this look will be some glow. Benefit Dandelion Twinkle is So pretty. I'm going to place it right here across the cheekbone, being careful not to travel into too much of the texture that I have around my eyes. Texture, of course, we could call them crow's feet, we can call them fine lines, but you don't want to dress those too much because then what happens is that you're accentuating those lines. But right here on this apple, it's totally fine. On the smooth surface of the cheekbone right here, gorgeous. Alright guys, I hope you learned a lot from this video. If you did, and if you want to see more, make sure you hit like and subscribe so you can watch more videos just like this from Makeover Mike.
Don't you know that you're beautiful, just the way